The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. The only source of knowledge is experience. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. The world is a dangerous place to live. Not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. The difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. The only way to escape the corruptible effect of praise is to go on working. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. A person starts to live when he can live outside himself. The only real valuable thing is intuition. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Peace is not merely a distant goal that we seek, but a means by which we arrive at that goal. The true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and the sense in which they have obtained liberation from the self. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether they are the garbage man or the president of the university. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. The world is a dangerous place to live. Not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. The only thing more dangerous than ignorance is arrogance. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. Intellectuals solve problems, geniuses prevent them. The true definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. The high destiny of the individual is to serve rather than to rule. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. The value of a man resides in what he gives and not in what he is capable of receiving. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger, more complex, and more violent. It takes a touch of genius, and a lot of courage, to move in the opposite direction. Not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. The hardest thing in the world to understand is the income tax. The significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. I never made one of my discoveries through the process of rational thinking. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. It is a miracle that curiosity survives formal education. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. The more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know. You cannot simultaneously prevent and prepare for war. The human spirit must prevail over technology. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Imagination is the highest form of research. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. The person who reads too much and uses their brain too little will fall into lazy habits of thinking. You never fail until you stop trying. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. I believe in intuition and inspiration. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. The only thing that you absolutely have to know is the location of the library. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with nonsense. A question that sometimes drives me hazy. Am I or are the others crazy? There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. God does not play dice with the universe. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. Like and subscribe our channel to get more videos like this. Thanks for watching video.